welcome back to the channel. We are on a little trip today. Corey, where are we going? This is actually going to be a wedding update video, and we are going to... Oh wow, the mail guy's going very fast.
He was moving pretty quick.
We're actually going to go look at a different location for the wedding. In the last wedding video we did, kind of the update about it, if you haven't seen that, I'll put the link in the description. We mentioned that we had rented a local community center, but now kind of plans have changed, and we have a really generous friend who has offered to let us have it at their house and still have the reception at that community center, so we're going to look at that house today. What you got to say about the wedding? Are you as excited as I am?
I am excited, and I'm really proud of Corey. So many people we know today, especially on my side of things, where I've been married for almost 30 years. And I had a wedding that was nice. It probably cost $500 altogether, but it was a nice wedding. And I'm glad I had it. And I felt like a princess that day and all that kind of stuff. But today, so many weddings turns into this extravagant. I mean, I think the average cost of weddings in the United States is between $15,000 and $20,000. I just can't imagine. I would rather, if I had $15,000 or $20,000 to give Corey and Austin, I would rather say, put this on your mortgage. Here's the money, go pay it on your mortgage. Get out of debt, you know. Anyway, so I'm really proud of Corey and Austin for going this route of trying to find the kind of cheaper ways to do it. And I've been with Corey once or twice when she told people she's getting married at the Brasstown Community Center, and sometimes their face kind of goes like, oh, yeah, because, you know, it's a community center. It's not a nice venue. But at the same time, I know that her and Austin joining together in holy matrimony, that's the special part. It's not the, you know, the fancy lights or the
4-course meal for the guests.
The 4-course meal and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, but so this is, so I'm proud of all that. But then, in very exciting turn of events, a very nice friend of the family has offered to let Corey and Austin have the ceremony portion at their home, which is stunning.
A beautiful, beautiful home.
More beautiful than any venue you could imagine.
It's a wonderful home, yeah.
So it's so that's a nice little plus. And today we're gonna. I've never been there before. I've seen pictures, but I've never been there. But Corey and Katie have spent some time there with them, and so I'm going to get to see the place for the first time. But it's really exciting because I want Corey to have the princess feeling of her wedding day. I mean, you know,
I'm a princess.
Yeah, even though really I know what matters is that you and Austin stand before God and love each other.
Right, and you can do that in a one-room cabin.
You can do that. You can do it like Granny and Pap did in some preacher's house way over on Blue Ridge, on the way to Blue Ridge. You can do
just
it
kind of do whatever.
Wherever, right. It doesn't have to be that extravagant. But I do understand the part, too, of wanting to wear a pretty dress and wanting to have flowers, and wanting to
have
be
your special
surrounded by your family.
Yeah. And you want to have a nice ceremony, and you want nice pictures. I mean, our wedding pictures will go on the mantle, and I'll look those in the face for the next 30, 40, 50 years.
Sure.
And 50 years maybe, but
no,
as long as you're lucky to be alive.
Right,
but you know, so I think that it'll be really nice, and I'm really grateful that they've allowed us to do that for sure. And it is important to me and Austin, like we said in the last video we did about it, is we want it to be simple. We don't, not only monetarily simple, you know, not super expensive, but we're just not flashy people. I don't like being the center of attention. I genuinely don't. I like to fade into the background kind of, so it'll be nice that it'll just kind of be a small family and friends type affair. My 2 cents about the wedding. I am extremely excited, and we've had a lot of people say, like, well, what do you think? Because you guys aren't going to get married at the same time. Corey's going to get married and move out before you do. And, you know, part of me thinks, dang, that's true. And I guess I just always thought we would do it together because we do everything else together. But it doesn't matter. I'm like so excited and so stoked about it that I'm so happy for Corey that she's getting married, and so happy for Corey and Austin together that it's all good with me. I'm really happy to be here and to support them. And how fun is it to plan a wedding and get to be together with the family, and then this really sweet friend of the family that's going to let us use their beautiful home. So there's just like so much excitement and really positive things about this whole process. Plus, the really fun thing for me is I get to see the whole process and be involved before I ever do it myself or before I ever decide to do it. But for those of you who are like worried about me and feel bad and think like, oh, I love where I'm at. I love what I'm doing. I like that it's just me. I get to do kind of whatever I want. I come and go as I please. I live in my mom and dad's house, so I like it. It's good for me. It's fun. It's like the ultimate bachelorette lifestyle, and like I'm kind of just living it up. So I really like where I'm at and what I'm doing as well. So don't worry about me. I'm good to go. And I'm really excited that we're going to throw a big wedding. Yeehaw. No, it's not going to be a big wedding, but I am excited. Yeehaw. We are actually waiting on Katie to pick up her car that is in the shop quite a bit. And we're sitting here talking about wedding stuff. So Mom actually found her like wedding list and the guest book. I don't know if you know that, but I have the guest book.
No, I didn't know that. Yeah, one day me and Corey were talking about wedding stuff, and I can't remember, did you have that out? Did we get that out to look at it?
I don't remember.
Anyway, but we got out the photo album to look at it, and it's just another thing that things have come so far. I mean, just so drastically different. Family friend Perry Stalkup took my pictures at my wedding, and I think I paid him $30, and they're nice pictures. I mean, you know, they're not the flashy, lovey-dovey kind like today, but they're still nice.
We'll insert the pictures so you can see.
Anyway, but along with that, I didn't realize I had kept where I had made all my notes about the wedding. So me and Corey like went down memory lane. I had no memory ever of keeping. I don't even remember writing it down, so I just sure didn't remember I kept it. But my cousin Maria and my sister-in-law Kim mostly helped me. So it was all this different things that we jotted down that we might do. I think I remember I checked out a book at the library, how to have a wedding on a dime, you know, even because I was not well off. Me and Matt weren't into the big flashy wedding like Corey said, you know, her and Austin are not. Granny and Pap didn't have any money. And so even then I was thinking about doing it frugally. And it probably altogether didn't cost $500. Papa Tony bought our cake. It had come from Ingles, but it was fine. And in those days, weddings usually had them in the afternoon, and you had, for food, you just had like mints and the wedding cake and nuts and maybe some punch. You didn't have like these, you know,
three-course
meals of different choices of meats and all that kind of stuff. So it was just a very simple affair at church, of course. And in those days, the church didn't even have a fellowship hall, so the reception was in the basement. But it was fine. It was a beautiful day, and everything went good. And you know, we've been married almost 30 years, so it worked out.
Oh yeah. That is next on my list. Well, really, I've already done it, to be honest. But picking out food, I've been in contact with the caterer, but I gotta finish that up and do some invitations and get a dress tailored. I actually ordered another dress since this last video, and I like it better, but it needs to be tailored a little bit, taken up a little. Trying to think what else. Contacted a photographer. So much goes into wedding planning. It's like a ton of details, and you gotta just kind of stick with it if you want it to kind of all come together.
And you can see there's so much that goes into it at every step, especially today. Not so much when I was young and got married, but today you can really see how it can quickly get so expensive quickly. I mean, even beginning with the dress, Corey went really cheap route and ordered her dresses online, and they're beautiful. The two that she got are beautiful, and didn't spend even on 2 dresses nowhere near what, I mean, it's like buying a nice dress that you might wear to a prom or something. It's not.
Yeah.
I did go to a bridal shop, but I bought a cheaper dress, and I don't remember. It seems like mine might have cost $200, maybe not even that much, $100 and something, $80. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, but so there's just so much that goes into it that you can quickly see once you start laying out $4,000 or $5,000 for the venue, probably that much for the food,
the dress
that much. I mean, you can just see how it quickly could escalate, and I'm just thankful that Corey realizes that that's just all not necessary. Yeah. I mean, it's not. I'm not against anyone that wants to do that, and that that's their goal. That's wonderful. No. But I am proud that Corey sees if she had that kind of money, that it'd be smarter to go put it on her mortgage.
Yeah, you're sweet, bud. I appreciate that. I definitely, oh man, did anyone see that chicken coming? If you seen that chicken, like, just zooming by right there, I could hear it, hear its little feet. But yeah, it just is pointless to me. And it's not
but again, for anyone that wants to go that route, we're not trying to be offensive at all.
No, totally not.
It's just for us. That's just not we're very frugal people.
Yeah.
You probably already figured that out. We're very frugal people, and, you know.
And a wedding ceremony is, I mean, it's totally important. I mean, that's something that is not just for you, it's for your friends and your family, and it is really a joining of two families, and you want it to be nice and something that you remember. So whether that's that it is kind of really big and extravagant or small, either way, just family coming together to join two people is the most important part.
Yeah, and for us, definitely the focus on that, you and Austin uniting together in holy matrimony as believers that we believe before God. That's the key. That's the key to marriage is remaining strong in Christ, for sure. Are you glad that you're gonna get your old office back, my room? I kind of am. I don't know though, it'll be difficult having my Corey, my Kopi, gone when she's been with me every day since the day she was born. I was never a mother that left her kids very much. Not that there's some mothers that have to babysit and that kind of stuff. I was lucky, I was blessed that I didn't have to do that. I stayed home with the girls. So they've always been with me. So we're a very tight-knit family. So it's going to be a drastic change, I know. But at the same time, I'm so happy for Corey and for Austin. I could have never picked nobody quite like, he would have been my pick if I'll have to be careful. Oh, don't cry, because I'll start crying. I know, I'm going to start crying. But if I had my pick, I would have picked Austin. So that's pretty much all I can say about it. He's wonderful, good, decent, honest, hardworking, so good to Corey, so good to Katie, so good to me and Matt, always so helpful and willing to pitch in and do whatever needs to be done. So I'm so happy for Corey, exciting this new chapter of her life. But of course I'll be sad. But I do try to temper that sadness by thinking about my office. So when the girls, we have 3 bedrooms, and when the girls were growing up, they shared 1 bedroom from the day they come home from the hospital. And then they, over the years, they went from the 1 crib to 2 cribs to 2 toddler beds. And finally, one year for Christmas, Matt made them bunk beds, so they had bunk beds. Until we were like 16. Until they were like 16. Now, over those years, when they got older, like maybe, 9, 10, 11, that kind of age, they, a lot of times, and then the third room, is what I was going to say, was kind of our junk room, people would call it, guest bedroom. It had a bed in it for people to sleep in if they come. Fun fact, we called it the dangerous room. I was going to explain that. We had a desk in it, and that's where our first computer was. That's where the Blind Pig and the Acorn was birthed, all that kind of stuff. And we had a piano in it. And anyway, over the years, several different times, the girls would complain about having to share a room, and they wanted their own room. And I'd always say, you can have your own room. You just have to prove to me you sleep one night in the room, in the guest room, and then we'll move you into it. But they could never do it. They could never sleep the one night. They mostly wanted their own room when they were in a fight, when they were fighting about something. But anyway, when they were real little, and we wanted, our doors, didn't have locks on them, we wanted them to stay out of there because there was so many things. Like scissors and just different things that they didn't need to be in unsupervised. And so somehow I started calling it the dangerous room. You can't go into the dangerous room. And it stuck, so we all called it that. And then, like, one time when they were in the dangerous room, they plugged up the iron and set it in the carpet, and there's like a imprint. There was an imprint of the iron in the carpet. So anyway, so after all these years, Corey's got it much nicer than in the days when it was the dangerous room. So it'll be very nice to move from my very, very small desk, cramped in mine and Matt's bedroom, back to the dangerous room where I started. Who are you? Sorry it took me so long. I was talking about my car. Okay, well, we meet you there. Yeah, I found my wallet. He says it was sitting in there next to those cool packs, and those cool packs are in blue boxes, the same color as my wallet. And I thought I grabbed my wallet, but it was hiding under those blue boxes since it's blue, and I just never saw it.
I hope you enjoyed chatting with us about that. I can't seem to find a spot that's not sunny in this car, but we're gonna head to the location now and we will show you just a little bit of that. Hello, dears.
Excuse me. There you go. Oh, look how pretty that is.
We are at our friend's house and I gotta show you some friends out the window.
White House when you were coming up, and they saw 2 bucks yesterday. Was it yesterday? I guess it was yesterday. It was yesterday morning, and they were nice, big bucks. Big. So they're out here. They're just they stay hidden as much as they can.
It's so funny for me growing up here. When I was growing up, there was no deer.
Oh, really?
I remember when I was probably maybe 10 years old or something. At that time, Heaven Road, you know.
Oh yeah.
So there's great. Come on in. And every Sunday after church, we leave church and go. My grandmother lived out in Ranger, and so we could go that road to go.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I was probably about 10, and we were all the whole family in the car going after church. And alone, I still remember the old house, it's all over down there. There was a deer standing there. You know, so I couldn't see this deer. It was so rare. And that was the only deer I ever saw in my entire life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then now, you know, I can't drive from our house to.
We're talking about where kind of at in the house we would have the wedding and figuring out logistics and everything like that, but I wanted to show you the staircase because it's beautiful and we're definitely considering maybe me walking down the stairs and the rest of the wedding party, and I think that would be really pretty. This is the staircase, so I think that would be beautiful, like starting at the top and walking down. This could be really pretty, so this is definitely something that we are considering for sure. Look at those mountains, and you can even see snow at the top of those far mountains. It's truly a beautiful view from up here. You can see even cows down there in the field, and so what you're looking at is when we do the driving in the south videos and we're driving down Brasstown Road, that's the road that you can see. See that big truck over there? That's strange, you hardly ever see semis coming through here. But good for the video purpose because you can see the road good there. That's the road that we drive all the time, pretty much to go most places. And those mountains are just beautiful. Beautiful view up here. We're very grateful and blessed that our friends are letting us have our wedding ceremony here. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Drop a comment with any thoughts that you have below. We always appreciate hearing from you. We appreciate the support and everything that you do, and commenting and liking the videos. Definitely give it a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe if you haven't. God bless you, and we'll catch you at the next video.